Here's let's suspect the sixth or seventh jet in the last 5 minutes to fly directly up, just right on the other side of those clouds right there, 1,100, 1,200 feet. Jetliner after jetliner after jetliner after jetliner after jetliner, all day, all night, every day, every night. 1,000 fucking jetliners a day fly right over this spot, and in half-mile increments, everywhere all over town, every other spot too. What do we got? 10,000 jetliners a day going over Vancouver alone. You tell me there's 10,000 jetliners going to PDX every day and they all go over Vancouver? Get the fuck out of town. This is a retard shithole fucking country. Wake the fuck up, you stupid fucks. Free microwaves at the All Day Air Show! Woo! Yeah, it's about the 6th or 7th. No little planes right now, though. Can hardly even fucking move. It's like I'm having a fucking seizure all over. A mid-level seizure from head to toe. I'm like, should I just try and block it out and focus on doing something to make some money so that I can fucking whatever, pay my bills, right? Or just abandon it all and go to the fucking river right now and stand in the mud for an hour or two and try and fucking let the earth ground draw the shit out. Strange. Every time the fucking jet comes too, my cat seems to get all codependent, and I was sitting in the truck and he jumps up on the roof, starts walking around above me. If I'm laying in bed, he'll jump up on me and try and sit on me. My mom's dogs starts coming over and I'm feeling all fucking Morgelland out. Her dogs will all start staring at me and then they'll try and get up in my lap and roll around. If I'm out in the woods and a jet's going over, right, then birds will stop and stare at me and start flocking around me. So what the fuck is that all about? I don't think it's magic. There's real something behind it. I'm not imagining it, and it's not magical. So there is a rational, scientific explanation for it. I think it has to do with the biofields, human biofields, and the energy. Everything that exists has a shape, right? And its shape is determined by the energy that's holding the atoms in place in the molecules and the structure of the matter that makes it real, right? So, that seems pretty straightforward to me. It may sound like some lofty concept, but it's really very simple. Oh, thank God the jet's fucking over. Son of a bitch. 6 or 7 in a row. Anyway, so that energy's held in place by God, or whatever word you'd like to put in. Brahma, in Krishna. It's the great pumpkin, Charlie Brown. The great pumpkin in the sky. It's holding everything in place. So we have this magnetic energy and electrical energy. If our nerves run the electrical energy, that's just an if, I'm not exactly sure on that one. But if we're like a machine, similar, then our nervous system's electrical. What's holding our shape would have to be the magnetic field. Not a strong one that you can measure with a Gauss meter or something, but a subtle field, subtle energies. I've heard that term before somewhere. Anyway, yeah, so and the fuck up thing is I'm like 5,000 times better now than I was a year ago, and the same amount better than I was the year before that. I'm somewhere past ready to jump headfirst off of the overpass into so fucking fed up that I can't even stand to be in this place. It's fucking horrible. And unfortunately, it's like this in every town, even out in the rural areas. You drive 80 miles up into the gorge. You know, I live in Vancouver, across from Portland, Oregon. I live in Vancouver, Washington. Go up the gorge. I was born and raised in the gorge area, so it's woodsy. There's mountains. You can drive up there. It doesn't matter. I went to Mill A and then went up to Mount Adams, and it was dead. The forest was absolutely silent. I mean, in the forest up there, we're almost to Mount Adams forest, right? You'd expect to find some animals. No, it was like a graveyard with sound dampening over the top of it. It was chemtrailed out to the max. There was virtually nobody out doing anything. There was not a bird in the air. There wasn't a bug I could see crawling. There wasn't a snap of a twig in the woods. There wasn't anything except a couple guys and a couple different vehicles just sitting off to the side of the roads up in the middle of nowhere near Mount Adams and some weird UFO shaped cloud. Hey, fuck you and your fucking airplane, you piece of shit. Crash and burn, motherfucker. Sorry, I have to get that out. I say it a lot. It helps me to process my emotions, you see. I've been studying psychology, you see. I read a book by Carl Jung, you see. Carl Jung's better than Freud. Freud was a bit OCD. Freud was OCD about his mother issues. Well, I've had some other issues recently. My mom being a zombie robot of the pharmaceutical corporation, which is not even really that bad compared to a lot of people, but she doesn't realize the subtle effects that have slowly seeped into her personality, and that she wasn't, always quite like the way she is now. But what can you do, right? Can't fight the pharmaceutical company. Might as well pop some pills.